What's up with it, fellas? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Get up in here. Let's talk. Get up in here. Let's talk. You already know what time it is, fellas. The PayPal, the Cash App, the Rumble, and the Patreon links are definitely in the chat. Get at me at that Rumble. Get at me on Rumble, fellas. Go download the Rumble app and follow KC the Red Pill Alpha Debunker and come and get this work. You already know what time it is. I'm steady, constantly posted over there videos you cannot get on YouTube. So go fuck with me, fellas. Uh, get at me in the Patreon just as well, fellas. Get on that $10 tier, my most prominent popular tier, fellas, and it's going down over there. You already know. They loving it over there on that Patreon on that $10 tier. It's that Mac concession. $5 tier there just as well. The 7-day free trial is still on until I shut it down, fellas. You still got a chance. Go over there and join. Go sign up and see what you like, and you can cancel at any time. The banner's at the bottom of the screen. Get at me in the Gmail, railsfargo12 at gmail.com. Get at me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at the Real Rails FA1. Like, share, and subscribe. Fair use. Enjoy the show. Like, share, and subscribe. Fair use and enjoy the show. And you already know before we get off into this, wrists, elbows, knees, feet, shit, and everything to the back of the neck. Hold her down, locking it down, submerging down the game. Please hit that notification bell, fellas, so you can be alerted on these videos when I'm dropping them. Always hit that notification bell every 2 to 3 days, refreshing it. fellas, fellas, the super chat and the membership button are turned on. Support the show. Let's get to it. Shouts out to the homie Pedro. What's up, KC? What's up with it? We said, what's up, KC? What it do, man? Excuse me, Pedro in the building. The homie Trent Trader just jumped up in this motherfucker. Trent Trader, what's good, KC? Let me see. Had to sneak out the bar / restaurant patio last night. Met this nice looking chick, but she was bad body, like a motherfucker, small legs and the egg shaped midsection, completely disproportion. Cutthroat like a motherfucker. She was bad, yeah. Okay, shit. If that ain't what you want, that ain't what you into sexually, fellas, then don't make it happen. Don't fuck with it. Let it go. Keep pushing. The conversation might be cool, but there ain't nothing wrong, fellas. Trust me. No matter the size, the age, the race, the weight, whatever shit is, fellas, ain't nothing wrong with communicating. Having a conversation, fellas, because that gives you pointers within yourself to communicate better with other women. So ain't nothing wrong with communication, fellas. And she may think what she want to think, but shit, you ain't fucking with her. You just open for communication, just enjoy the night and pass by time. Nothing's wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? To keep your mouthpiece sharp. Brian Turner and his bitch. What's say? What's up, KC? A bitch just offered to buy me a pair of shoes. LOL. Told me it seemed like I like nice things. Okay, that's cool. She got to groom herself. Ain't no, hey, look, fellas. When a woman is grooming herself and gearing herself up to fuck with you, that means she's acknowledging you, your image, your presence, and everything about you. She's feeling you. And when a woman's feeling you, fellas, that's A-OK. That's A1. That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Now, it ain't the opposite way around, fellas. You already know what time it is. It's time for your ass to get used if you coming off buying shoes and doing these things. But if she see that, you well value enough for that, fellas, hey, women will pay their way. Trust me, they will pay their way if you're valuable enough. Don't you think that they won't? Let me see. Pedro. What's up, Trend Trader? It's a Trend Pedro. Trend Trader. Yeah, we in this motherfucker. Trend Trader, yeah, bro. Ain't no way. Yeah, if you don't want to do that, don't do that. But communication wise, ain't nothing wrong with talking, having a conversation and shit. Brian Turner said Trend Trader 100. Brian Turner, the New Era Music. Oh yeah, we in this bitch. Pedro, the New Era Music. Man, I can't. Let me see. What he say? Man, I can't type for shit today. Hey, Trent Trader, I saw something like that at the gas station not too long ago. Bitch was built like Butch Cassidy. Oh man, cutthroat. Cold blooded. This nigga cold blooded. He says she's built like Butch Cassidy. Yeah, I wouldn't even make that move on that bitch. Some of these bitches got that what's that motherfucker that built like that wrestler. That I'm saying Henry, I forgot that dark skinned motherfucker. That big motherfucking shit. Some of these bitches is built like that, heavy as fuck. Christmas tree built bitches, heavy as fuck at the top, small as fuck at the bottom. Said, "What's up, Brian Turner?" Pedro. Trade at the new Air Music and Brian Turner. What's good, fellas? Yeah, we all acknowledging each other in this bitch. Mark Henry, yeah, she built like Mark Henry. Brian Turner, yeah, Mark Henry, yeah. So these bitches be built like that, bodysuit wearing bitches. Trend Trader. New Air Music, yeah, bro. Cannot do that. No, hell no. That ain't what you. Some dudes is into that shit. Some of these bitches got kids and everything, so you know, motherfuckers skeeting in that shit. Trend Trader, I knew something was off. Every pick was top, no bottoms. Ah, nah. If it was on the picks, man, and what you on the date night with the bitch. Hey, when y'all be playing with these date night fellas, when y'all be in them date nights fuck with them chicks, fellas, uh, you really majority of them are gonna show the face part. You know what I'm saying? If they bad body built, Christmas tree built, you know what I'm saying? Built like a what they say, bitch built like a living room set shit. You know what I'm saying? Bitches like that, but they put their face in the camera. You already know the game. You know what's up with their body. Something's going on. But then you got some that put their face in the camera because they feel like, you know what I'm saying, they value their looks or whatever the case. They got a lot of simps telling them they're beautiful and shit, so they value their looks. And they still have a nice body too. You know what I'm saying? I had something like that I actually talked to on FaceTime and shit, told them, you know what I'm saying, once you get up and do a spin around, show me the whole body, bitch, show me the body. I'm like, oh yeah, we on point. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck she in there with the face? And I had a couple like that. So, you know, you gotta, if bitch is cute, fellas, and you don't know, a lot of times you want to pay attention to the cheeks, you know what I'm saying? To their cheeks and shit, neck area, mainly the cheeks. The cheeks give off what type of body they have. You know what I'm saying? You can't get around the cheeks because it formulates with your body structure. So if you're a small person, you're gonna have small cheeks. You're a heavy set person, you're gonna have heavy cheeks. So a lot of time, pay attention to that. Trent said, "Yeah, case me Christmas tree built, yeah, bitch built like a Christmas tree and shit. You know what I'm saying? Built like a guitar upside down. You know what I'm saying? Trent Trader. I love a robust woman, but she has to be sharply with it. Shapely with it. Yeah, you know, full figure woman on it. Really cheeks. Yeah, their cheekbones. You know, their facial cheekbones. Pay attention to that. Always pay attention to the cheekbones, fellas. To the face and shit. Yeah. That's how you know if you're dealing with it's very rare you see a person with a unique, slender, slim body with a heavy ass face. Think about it. Let me see, Trend Trader. Oh, I got you. Appreciate the tip. Yeah, some game for you, fellas. Brian Turner. I like a chick built like SZA naturally or Erica Banks. Yeah, they both can get it. Both of them bitches. I think SZA has some work done. But we're going to get to this shit, fellas. We're going to jump straight to this shit. We're going to get it popping like we always do. You dig? They're all the same to an extent, fellas. And I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm about to talk about. When you when you categorize women, when you basically put them in the same bracket as you know what I'm saying, being the same fellas, then it'll open your eyes to looking at all women the same. You know, a lot of guys like to see women different. A lot of these guys, you know, they like to. Brian Turner said, Trend Trader said 100%. But a lot of guys like to see these women different. Now, they are different, but you got to know the game to know the deal, fellas. Some women, fellas, the way to them, you know what I'm saying, in a sexual form, like they all are sexual. Let's just get that out the way. They're all sexual, just like we are. We're all sexual creatures, you know. But the way to get to certain women sexually, fellas, is going to always be different. You know what I'm saying? Some women like a little conversation. You know what I'm saying? To feel comfortable around you. Some women like to get straight to it. Some women like to play the hard to get. I ain't that type of girl. I'm this kind of woman. I don't get down. Some women like to move in that direction. Some women are shy about it. I mean, there's different forms and different ways, what I'm saying, to actually get to a woman sexually, fellas. But you'll really never know what type of way the woman is, fellas, unless you have the game and the wherewithal to know that you must kick off with a little bit of communication, what I'm saying, to open her up and fill it out, especially when you're in that realm to make things happen. Because not all women are going to look at you and, not all women are going to look at the situation as if, okay, I'm sexually attracted to this guy and I just want to jump down and get down with it right then and there. Some women are shy, some women are eager, some women like to, do a little pull in and pull out, play the games and shit like that, right? But when you, as a man, don't know these things, fellas, you'll find yourself trapped in, what I'm saying, thinking that all women are going to make it happen with you, especially if you've been used to handling business on a sexual tip to where the women are sexually into you, what I'm saying? And a lot of times, the majority of times, I can contest it. I can agree with this, fellas. A lot of times, the majority of women are going to make it happen the way you want it to happen. But there's going to be some times it ain't going to happen the way you want it to happen. And a lot of guys may look at it like, okay, that means her interest isn't all the way there, or it's going to happen the way you want it to happen. Not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily. Now, it could happen in that frame, in that time frame, like in a day or 2, 3 days later, whatever the case may be of you meeting her. That doesn't mean it's going to crack right then and there on sight. Some women it is, some women it ain't. And I want you guys to understand these things. You know what I'm saying? Not all women are the same when it comes to their sexual interest. I was just talking to a guy about this, and he was telling me he's used to women getting down, and I'm used to women getting down. But I also had women, fellas, that was more so, wanting to feel me out, to feel comfortable around me because she see all the capabilities and abilities of me of being that man that she would like or she would want to be up under or fuck with or be led by, right? But at the same time, she's used to fraudulent guys too, coming around acting as if they're them guys, but then they're not those guys and they're eventually reveal themselves. And that can be tricky at times, you know what I'm saying? Not to say she ain't gonna make shit happen, because every time, fellas, I never not had it not happen within the same time frame of a couple days or the next day or things of that sort. But it always got down, you know what I'm saying? But then I had some get down on that same day, you know what I'm saying? And that's to the sexual extent of it, fellas, so you guys can understand these things, you know what I'm saying? On the other hand of this shit, fellas, the majority of women out here, fellas, the majority of women, I'm telling you right now, as I speak, the majority of women, whether they tell you, I would like for a guy to not have women, or I would like for a guy to not be more sexual out there with other women. I like for a guy to not be more flirtatious. I would like for a guy to not be that kind of guy to where every woman feel they can fuck or have in that sense, or whatever the case may be. And you may not be the guy that every woman feel they can fuck or have. You may be the guy that's, it's well on your game to where you ain't you fucking with who you fucking with, and that's maybe the case. But in that realm, fellas, you standing on who you are. And that strongly gives off a signal of a guy who's very attractive in a sexual form. And the woman you fucking with may know these things, and she may know everything about that, and she may acknowledge that and honor that, but she's not going to do that in your face and let you know what the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Let you know, hey, shit, I'm fucking around. I honor you, baby. I really appreciate the fact that you are a man. She ain't going to just say that, but she's going to scream it in her words. And, so every woman, fellas, every woman, no matter, I don't give a fuck how you look at it, they all like those kind of men. They all are into those kind of men. They all are sexually attracted by those kind of men. no matter how you look at it, fellas. Do not let a woman tell you nothing different. Now, when it comes to them being the same, fellas, they all are like that. You can't look, check this out. I'm telling you, and a lot of guys be like, damn, maybe, but why do they say this? And why do they say this? And why they act this way or act? They peeping you and they peeping how you are. And if they peep that you're the type of guy that you will be gullible and let down your guard to kind of do what they say or kind of believe the shit that they, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Then they will push that narrative off on you. But at the same time, that's not how they believe on the inside. That's not how they truly feel, fellas. No, hell no. They all like a man that's well sought after, a man that's liked, a man that women, crave or want to be with sexually, sexually desire, look at all the time, want to be around. They all like that kind of man, fellas. We already know that they can't have no control over that man, but they like that kind of man. But they'll tell you, you know what I'm saying, that they're not that kind of person, which make them all the same to a certain extent, and which makes that extent up, fellas. I'm gonna be real with you. Which make that extent up is that some are gonna act on liking that man like that. Some are gonna want to creep around with that man like that. The ones who want to act, some of those who want to act on liking that man like that are going to be very blunt with it because they really want to be with that guy and they will chase that guy around. They will pursue that guy. And then, let me say pursue, let me throw that out there. They will really pursue that guy like that. Some are going to want to creep around with that guy. Some are going to want to be timid. Some are going to be intimidated by that guy, even though they respect him and like him. If he gave them a chance, fellas, and they will drop everything for him. But at the same time, they will be intimidated by him. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of that makes up the extent because they all are not the same on just jumping on that kind of guy. Oh yeah, the alphas, the players, those who are more dominant, masculine, those who do get a lot of women, fellas, they got their problems just as well. Shit, trust it, and a lot of their problems come in with the intimidation factor, but they got their problems just as well, fellas. You know. Now, every woman, fellas, act on the same thing different. Now, every woman can like this one thing, or every woman could be into this one particular thing right here, or this one particular person, but they may act on it different. That's what makes them all the same to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Because the way they act, the way they move, and all of them gonna have their own different mind frame on how they move, but they all, it's like, I don't want to put it like this, man, but it's like a column of ants, like a column of ants or whatever. They all dancing to their own tune and beat. They move in the way they move, but they all trying to get back to that one column. You get what I'm saying? Their column's there, but they gonna move the way they move to get back to that one column. That's what makes the extent of these women. But they all are the same, if you get what I'm saying. You know? And if you treat them as if they all are the same, fellas, that's when you will not be in your way of thinking that they're all different. Because the majority of guys be in their way thinking that all women are different. And they don't pay attention to the extent part of it. That they move a little different. But their goal is to get to that one thing. And that one thing is that masculine man. I'm sorry, fellas. To keep it all the way 1 trillion with you. Now, the way they move may be a little different. You know what I'm saying? They may run their own course of path, and that's the way they may move. But their goal is to get to that one man by any means necessary. Now, they're all going to move the same, and it will never be different to captivate a beta. Real game. And that's because the beta he don't require himself to be different. He don't put himself out here to be more standoffish than the average guy, so they know how to come at him just like the average guy. You get it? That's just simply how it go. And a lot of guys don't think that they be, oh man, no. Every woman, fellas, every woman, all women on earth, your daughter, your niece, your moms, your grandmother, all of them. will love that masculine guy, and they're gonna work their way on getting to that masculine guy, you know. And yeah, shouts out to Brian Turner. He said one trying to give him a pair of shoes, right? Looking out for him, trying to buy him some shit. Did not just say that? Now, there may be the next chick that may be into him sexually just as well as the one trying to get him some shoes. They may not get him no shoes. You know what I'm saying? She may come off in a different form, you know, but the goal is Brian Turner. The goal is this masculine man right here. And we're going to use this as an analogy and use bro as an example, fellas. The goal is this masculine man here. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Hit the super chat, hit the membership button. Show love to the show. Show love to this show, fellas. You already know what time it is. Go join me on the Patreon and the PayPal just as well. You know, now, he might get 2 or 3 more chicks that's filling him in that same realm. But are they all gonna come off buying him shoes? No. One bought him a pair of shoes. You know, one may come off strong and want to get down with him sexually right then and there. You know, one gonna want to feel comfortable around him, so she's gonna want him to come over her place, or you know, she come over his place, get to communicate. That's not saying she ain't gonna give him to him right there, fellas, but she may not jump down right then and there, but she gonna want, you know, right there on site, coming in the door type shit. She might wait a few hours and then it may happen and shit. You know, women got their way of moving. You know what I'm saying? Some gonna be intimidated by him. You know, to where he might have to stoop down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And come down off his high horse of being that masculine. You know what I'm saying? Valuable guy. And let me step down off this chair real quick and holler at it because she can't look this far up here without throwing these blinders on, these shades on and shit. Cause you know, I'm the shit. I'm like sunlight. You know what I'm saying? I rise and shine in this bitch's face. So let me go ahead and come down and holler at it a bit, and then we can get that popping. You know, and then you will get it popping because every woman moves different to get to this column here. Like I was saying, like the ant thing. So you must understand that. You know, Brian Turner, you know, shouts out to him. But like you said, fellas, you know, a chick reached out to him, digging him, want to get him a pair of kicks. So you guys can take note from that, man. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that these same women that want to get him a pair of kicks or got betas getting them shoes. You know what I'm saying? Paying for them. You know what I'm saying? Affording their lifestyles, will accommodate these bitches to whatever the case may be, right? Doing whatever these bitches want. You know? But she's treating him totally different. Which means that they are same to an extent. That goes back to that. You know what I'm saying? They are women, but at the same time, what the stint makes up on in that column right there, and that realm right there, is that you got some that will, the same ones that will provide, take care of, and show their high interest in this guy in a financial way, will be the same one to sit back and act as if she's not that kind of girl and receive in a financial way from another guy. You get it? But she's still that same chick. There's no duplicate of this bitch. There's no carbon copy, no copy. Bitch ain't got no twin, no triplet. It's her. You get it? So you guys should know that shit. You know what I'm saying? But shouts out to you fellas coming up in here. Like I said, give me this game. So we're gonna move to this next one, like we always do. And this next one right here, fellas, is you know, we just spoke on this shit here. We just did our thing with that. But now when she says she needs space, you should know the deal. And I'm gonna say that, you know, I labeled this the OJ story, and the reason why I labeled it the OJ story because my people was telling me, say, man, you know, they got a OJ got an audio book that he posted, somewhat confessed or whatever, and he said he turned me on to what number to look at, you know, what number, you know, on YouTube, pushed it to the certain number, whatever, and where he was talking about a situation with him and Nicole. And he was like, man, this could be useful, man, for you, bro, you know, because a lot of guys don't understand it. I had to listen to the AI audio book or whatever. So I had to listen to the whole thing. And I'm like, okay, this is why the chick, Nicole Simpson, whatever, her ex-dude she was fucking with, was saying that when she was in there giving him that sloppy toppy, OJ was knocking on the door and shit, right? And beating on the window, stalking her, or whatever the case may be. But then it falls back to the book, the audio, AI audio book, or whatever it was saying. If I Did It is the name of the book, or I Did It, or whatever it is. And OJ admitted that she was in the living room with somebody, getting it in, and he knocked on the door a few times. But she already told OJ she needed space, but OJ didn't understand why she needs space. But I'm gonna do my commentary to it, and I'm gonna break it down. Let me go ahead and get to this real quick and bring this up for you guys. Let me see. Get this going. Let me see. AI audio. Gonna share this. And we're gonna come back here with it. Gonna spread it out. I'm gonna open it up a little bit more. We're gonna now look, check this out. We're gonna play this and we're gonna get to it. And this a lot of you men go through this shit all the time, man. You try to buy yourself into your woman's life. You try to soothe things over after fights and ups and downs. And I know these things could be true, fellas. We go through it as ordinary people. We're not celebrities, but these things is true. You know what I'm saying? And you try to win her over with gifts. You try to win her over with paying for things for her parents and her sisters and all this type of shit when she already moved on, fucking around with other motherfuckers doing her thing in that way. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all hit the super chat, hit the membership button. Show love to the show. Hit the super chat, membership button. Show love to the show. Let's get it going. Let's check this out.
She seemed a little removed at times, to be honest. But otherwise, I thought things were fine. I didn't realize till much later that she was having an affair. But that's another story. And I was completely oblivious about that, too. Maybe it was self-delusion. Who knows? All I know is that I thought things were solid, and I felt that we could get to anything. Plus, I didn't want the marriage to fail. We had 2 kids to raise, and we were at that point in our marriage where the kids had to come first. That's just the way it was. It wasn't that I didn't love Nicole or that I loved her less, but that I loved her in a different way. You lose some of the passion, sure, and you lose some of the closeness. And sometimes you're just trying to stay out of each other's way. But so what? The center of gravity shifts. You focus on the kids. You settle down. You mellow out. And that's what I was doing, or trying to do. And it was working great, or so I thought. I remember being in New York in December 1991, hanging out with Nicole, doing a little Christmas shopping and stuff, and thinking how happy she seemed. She even looked terrific. She had been struggling to get back into fighting shape ever since the kids had come along, and complaining about it every time she caught sight of herself in the mirror. But after months of hard work, she was in the best shape of her life. I was amazed.
She was gearing up to leave OJ ass. She getting in shape after the babies and everything, they ups and downs, and she's working out and shit. Yeah, it was already another motherfucker in the picture. But OJ didn't have a game to see this. See, a lot of guys come up out of the 70s and 60s and the 80s and shit. Some parts of the 90s, you know what I'm saying? They don't know the shit that's going on. They didn't know. And this is for you guys I heard that was talking about, oh, see, they was more submissive and cooperative back then, the woman was eager to make a house a happy home, and be there to nourish the children and be there by her husband's side and shit. Man, this same shit been going on, and this is the 80s, fellas. This shit ain't never stopped. It's going on now. It ain't never stopped. It's you guys that's thinking you can change the situation when you can't. It's no changing it. The bitch gone, she's gone. You guys gotta understand this, and we ain't trying to, disrespect the dead. May they rest well, and may OJ rest well just as well. Nicole, Ron, and may all those people rest well, man. But the facts are facts. Trent Trader said facts. My bad, Trent Trader. He said facts. That's real shit. Trent Trader. When they start that self-improvement shit, get ready. Yeah, you see it. OJ didn't know this though. He didn't know he was going to get hit with the uppercut. Let's go.
And I told her so. And I remember thinking how glad I was that we'd weathered the post-1989 storm. I was proud of myself for making it through the rough parts of the marriage. and equally proud of her. And I was feeling genuinely optimistic about the future.
Optimistic.
A month later, January 1992, I was in New York for the playoff games and flew home for a long weekend. The very first day I was back, Nicole and I went to lunch at Capone's right there in Brentwood. And about 30 seconds after we sat down, she let me have it. I think we should separate, she said. I was floored. I was tired and jet lagged, and I honestly wasn't even sure I'd even heard her right. But she repeated it, saying she didn't understand why I looked so surprised. We've been having problems for a long time, she said, and we should both look at it as an opportunity to work on ourselves and think about the problems, yada, yada, yada. I want to try living apart for a month, she added, but I don't want to get the lawyers involved. Then she suggested that I move out of the Rockingham house to make the separation less disruptive for the kids. And I knew right off that I had to stop this thing before it got me crazier. I don't know what you think you're going to accomplish by living apart for a month, I said. I'm hardly here as it is, traveling all the time. If you want to work on yourself, you got plenty of time to do it. And if you think I need to work on myself, maybe you can tell me what needs fixing. No, she said, that's
no, OJ didn't get it. Just like most of you guys. When your woman says she needs space, she need to work on yourself. It's not you, it's me. I just need a better me. I just want to do me and be a better me for the kids and and for you, And if you don't got kids, she just, I need to be a better me for me and you or whatever. Okay, bullshit. Translation. There's another dick in the picture. This is what it is, fellas. Somebody else piping it. Somebody else is hitting that spot. You must understand that. OJ don't understand. See, he didn't understand like most men. Okay. Look, check this out, baby. I will change me. I would do what I do. If you want me to stay away, I just stay away. Or I'm always away anyway. I'm working, driving over the road, or in OJ case, you know what I'm saying? He's doing golf tournaments, Hertz commercials, certain different commercials back and forth for the playoff games and different, commentary work or whatever the case may be. So that keeps him busy, right? He's thinking that space right there can create a more happy situation between them two, and they can, come back together and emerge like they're supposed to, not even knowing that it's another dick, and that's her way of letting you down. And she was going to let you down by keeping your shit, kicking you to the curb, and taking that mansion up in Rockingham. And I've seen that mansion too. It was a nice motherfucker. I think they hated on it, and they didn't want nobody standing, or they didn't want OJ to have claims. They just took that motherfucker down. They demolished it, I believe. But see, guys don't understand this shit. This is how it go. You know what I'm saying? He said, bruh. Trey like, bruh. See, OJ ain't understand it. Look, yeah, she hit him with that uppercut. Pedro, New Era, us laughing when someone says females were more submissive than female back in the 40s and 90s. Yeah, that's bullshit, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, come on, man. Yeah, that's bullshit. Yeah, no, they always been who they been, man. They gonna always be that way. Ain't nothing changed. Only thing changed is the technologies and I guess the architect and structures and buildings and shit. Other than that, the mentality of human beings will always be the same.
Not it at all. Then what is it? I said, I'm confused. Is there someone else? No, God, how can you even think such a thing? I don't know, I said. I'm trying to figure out how it came to this. I know we don't have a perfect marriage, but who does?
Yeah, someone else. What you mean, oh God, someone else? How can you think of such a thing? See how she put extra into it? Because that means it's someone else. She just didn't want him to really get to this investigation part and figuring it out and trying to see what it is, because he had the means and the wherewithal to do all that. She wanted to throw that off, but that's what it was.
And I thought we were doing pretty well. At that point, she began to talk about the fact that she had spent her entire adult life with me, 15 years, and that she felt as if she was living in my shadow. All of our friends are your friends, she said. Everything we do is stuff you want to do. Our life together is basically about you. I tried to defend myself, saying that I had always listened to her and that I had never stopped her from pursuing her own interests.
See that? I try to defend myself. Translation. I try to change myself. I try to be the best person for her, try to let her know that I'm not that person who she think. No, 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 no. See, OJ went wrong in a lot of ways in this, fellas. He was never who he was. He always wanted to suit up for her and change everything about himself for her just to make things fit in the relationship, just to keep the relationship relevant. When the bitch was already gone, no disrespect to her, but you know how we talk here, when the chick was already gone, you know what I'm saying? She was already doing her thing. And we're gonna get to that, you know, with the guy admitting that she was capping him off, and you know, and we're gonna hear this shit, fellas. But see, OJ, he didn't understand. He figuring that if I can go get her a gift, if I can stay away, if I can pay for therapists, or, you know, um, someone to come in to help us solve our problems, these things gonna be right. No, bro. You met her at 18 years old. She was 18. You was 29, 30. Her elder, damn near 10 years or elder, 10 or 11 years or elder. What the fuck? Not to say that a 29-year-old, I mean, an 18-year-old woman won't be submissive or cooperative or being in the realm of actually being attracted to an older guy. No, we're not going to say that because that's there, you know. But the way OJ met her, you know what I'm saying? You got to go back. We ain't going to go that far back, but you got to go back and do your history. OJ met her, showering her with lavish gifts and Bentleys and Benzes and all this shit. What the fuck what you think? She looked you put yourself in the realm of being a sugar daddy, a straight up trick. So she ain't gonna respect you. That's just what it is. And so when that time comes, it's gonna be easy for her to let it go. You know, and a lot of guys, if she seen him like that, why would she marry him, have kids? But you think they won't? They secure. She know what she was doing. She was securing the bag. I had these kids. That's why she was pushing. If you guys go look at it, I went through the whole audio thing, fellas. I just didn't want to go through it through the whole show. I just wanted to get some certain key points. But I went through the whole audio thing, and you go check it out for yourself. I did it by Maniac Norris or whatever. You go, down, go check this out on YouTube yourself and go through the whole 52 minutes of it and check it out. And she secured that from the jump. She was pushing OJ. She was pushing OJ hard as fuck to get married. Why was she doing that? Why was this young girl pushing this older man to get married? Come on, man. Securing the bag. You got to understand these things. You know what I'm saying? Brian Turner, hold up. Pedro, I'm tripping. I remember OJ when they did a whole episode on him on Family Guy after basically slandering him. Oh yeah, they ran OJ through the mud through the whole 90s, 2000, all the way up to now. They doing the same shit. You know, Family Guy, The Simpsons, this motherfucker, shit was everything about OJ. Player B in this bitch. Yo, KC, what's good? What up, chat? What's up, little homie? Yeah, we all in this motherfucker. Y'all already know what time it is. Getting this lesson right here. Come get this game, Trent Trader. She used all the OJ resources, his blood, sweat, and tears, then turn around and backdoored him. I mean, you can say it that way. You know, you can see it, if you can say it or see it that way, but you got to go through the whole audio thing and to see what led up to that. We're going to say allegedly because this is his story. She ain't alive to tell hers. You know what I'm saying? Trent Trader, his ego was destroyed like a motherfucker. But OJ simped out. Let's keep it real. Oh, when you simp like this, fellas, simping can go far, man. Simping can be the death of you, bro. Real shit. Trend Trader to play a B in this bitch. Yeah, we all in this mother. Y'all know what time it is. Yes, ego was destroyed. When you simping out like this, that's bad. Let's go.
And her own friendships, but she wasn't really paying attention. I want to be around people who like me for me, not because I'm O.J. Simpson's wife, she said. I thought that was bullshit too.
Exactly, it's bullshit. Translation: I don't want to be around you and your friends and your company and what you build. I want to build my own friends and my own network and my own, so I want to carve my own path. And that's what she did. That's when she ended up, allegedly probably fucking with Marcus Allen, and she created her own network of friends, which means that I'm standing outside of you. I'm not fucking with you like that. I'm my own person. I'm my own boss. That's what she's saying. She was steady pushing away from him. And we're going to get off into it, but she pushed away from him. So she was pulling away from this dude, and he was pushing towards her to where she like, this bitch, man, look, check this out.
When I told her so. But she was adamant. She wanted to take a break from the marriage. Fine, I said, trying to keep emotion out of it. If you want a break, I'll give you a break. But there's no
OJ didn't want to do that shit at all. He didn't want to break from this bitch.
way in hell we're doing this without lawyers. We needed lawyers so that we'd be absolutely clear on what was going on, I explained. She wanted out, not me, for reasons I couldn't really understand. And the Rockingham house predated our relationship. It was my house, a fact that was clearly spelled out in the prenuptial agreement. That house had a lot of history for me, including the drowning death of my infant daughter, Erin, the little girl I had with Marguerite during the rocky tail end of our marriage. And I wasn't going to let anyone tell me to move out. At the end of that month, with the lawyers already hard at work, Nicole moved into a rented house on Gretna Green Way, not 8 minutes from my place, and given my hectic travel schedule, took physical custody of the kids. I was in a state of mild shock for several weeks, to be honest, unable to get my mind around what had happened and how it had come to this. The mother was in shock too, as were most of her friends. None of them seemed to think our problems were all that significant.
That's what you think. They had you thinking. The friends and all of them already was in on. They knew that she was going to leave you. The fuck? See, and this is what simps do. They try to justify why the bitch Gray bounce and not fuck with them no more, and then they try to clear it up and clear everything by bringing in the moms, the brothers, and sisters. She, the family didn't even want this. They didn't want. What you mean they didn't want this? In front of you, they didn't want this, but in the event they didn't. No. But at the same time, OJ was the breadwinner. OJ was paying the moms and the dad. Allegedly, they said he was employing them to do certain things for him. So they didn't want that money to stop. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all going through your ups and downs. Of course, they didn't want their daughter to be around you if you allegedly putting your hands on her doing all that shit, if she's saying these things. No, but the money was there too. So it's like they sold in for the bread. You know what I'm saying? So if they did say it like that, they was only saying it because they didn't want the money to stop rolling through. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason. But other than that, I strongly, strongly, strongly believe that they all knew that she was cheating on you, fucking around, and not fucking with you no more. That's just real, bro. You was just the last one to know. Everybody knows.
No one really knows what goes on behind closed doors. The only person who has seen it coming was her best friend, Cora Fishman, because Cora had known about the affair, the one Nicole denied having. There wasn't anyone she was serious about. I learned much later, but it happened. And when she like that happened.
You hear this shit? This is what suckers do. It wasn't no one she was really serious about. I learned much later. What? She fucked him. Huh? She told you that she wasn't serious about him, and you believed it. See, OJ geared himself up, fellas, to be oh my God, man. I'm not saying this is what it is if he did it or not, man, but this is leaning toward, nigga, what?
Happens, that deep down something is very wrong. It's strange though, because years later, in a letter she wrote me when she was trying to reconcile, she still said nothing about the affair. Instead, she talked about the 1989 incident and how that had been the big turning point in our relationship, for her anyway. Which was kind of odd because she was.
And that's what they do, fellas. The majority of women do that, They're not going to talk about, and you shouldn't be asking about her affairs or who she's fucking with and who she's sleeping with. Don't ask about that. But to keep your mind off of what she's doing to you or what she's done to you before, she's going to bring up the incident that she's, typically blaming you for. She's going to always try to bring up those incidents that y'all had before just to keep you off the shit. And if you the type of guy that ain't on the shit and you not on it, and if she come back in your life, whatever, then she'd automatically get to know that, okay, he don't give a fuck about that. He moved on. But if you the guy that keeps shit relevant and keep arguing about the same shit, then she's going to stay in that realm with you. This is the realm you created. You got to understand this shit.
She was no longer blaming me for what had happened. She says she was beginning to realize that she had contributed as much to our problems as I had, if not more. And that looking back on it, she felt that I'd been right from the start, that we did have a pretty good life together. It was the first time she had taken responsibility for her actions, and it was a good thing, but unfortunately it came too late. When I read that letter, it about broke my heart. All along, I thought we were going to make it. I guess I never really understood the depth of her unhappiness, let alone the reasons for it. So we started our new life in separate homes, but still committed to making it work. Like so many other couples, I was optimistic, to be honest. I had been through this before with Marguerite twice, and we managed to survive the first separation. So in my heart, it wasn't over. We were just separating, I told myself. We're trying to get back together, and this time I'm determined to make it work. Still, it wasn't easy.
This time I'm determined to make it work. Nah, buddy, that ain't it. You walking around living like a married man, trying to be true, trying not to, expose that you're cheating or that you're fucking around with different women and trying to make it better for her, not even understanding that ain't even what she want. You don't supposed to be that way. You got to be you. So you faking. When you were the dude at the beginning cheating, you were the dude at the beginning fucking everything moving, cheerleaders, you had everything jumping. So you got to stay who you are. You can't just switch up because you see she's doing things or she won't out the relationship. No, to try to soothe her and win her over. You don't do that. You got to stay who you are, fella. That's how they know you're faking. You get it?
I didn't enjoy watching Nicole settle into a new place with the 2 kids, watching her move forward without me. She even found a guy to help out with babysitting and running errands and stuff, someone she'd met skiing in Aspen. And she let him move into the guest house rent-free instead of paying him a salary. His name, as you may recall, was Kato Kalin.
Kato Kalin was the guy that was staying in the guest house. He was a guy who rode with OJ to get the food, McDonald's or whatever, the night of the slaying of Nicole and Ron dude, right? Now, she met Kalo. She could have let Kalo smash. She met him first. Now he's admitting that he didn't know Kalo first. Cole met him in the Aspens or whatever the case may be. When they were skiing, she met him. Gave him a gig to come on through to do certain things around the house or whatever. Now she could have got with him. Just like, she allegedly she got with the serial killer Glenn Rogers, the guy who's they say he was supposed to be the one that slayed her and Ron Goldman. There's a movie on that on Tubi just as well. The Killer of Nicole Brown Simpson or whatever. Y'all can go check that out. You know what I'm saying? It speaks more in detail of that it was the serial killer Glenn Rogers was fucking with her. He's supposed to be the guy Charlie, who OJ was supposed to hire or whatever and to do the things, or allegedly supposed to rough Nicole up to get his jury back up off of her, but dude took it a little too far and sliced her up. That's another part of the story too. I don't want to get too deep into that because there's a movie out and there's other, storylines and videos and everything out on him, but he do exist. He's still in prison to this day, Glenn Rogers. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know if Kato Kalin hit. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be and everybody know Kato Kalin was a guest house guy. Now he's supposed to, I don't know if he hit it or what. You know what I'm saying? Do I think he did? No, paying attention to Kato Kalin's image and just paying attention to this whole persona. I follow this story I've been following the story for a minute. I'm a historian bluff fella. So paying attention to Kato Kalin, he was too goofy. He was more of a cool guy to chicks. You know what I'm saying? He could be a friend like type dude. I guess he can be the guy to get ass or whatever case may be, but he was more of a goofy type guy. So I don't know if he smashed or what, but I don't know. But she met Kato, okay?
When that first Valentine's Day rolled around, less than 3 weeks into the separation, I was in Mexico for a celebrity golf tournament. But I sent Nicole some nice flowers and a note, and she was very appreciative. I told her I wasn't giving up on us, and I didn't. I was still traveling a great deal, mostly to New York, but whenever I was in town, I'd take her out, sometimes alone, sometimes with the kids. From time to time, we even ended up in bed together. On occasion, she cried after we made love. I don't know if she was crying from being happy or unhappy, to be honest. I don't think she did either, but I kept hoping it was because she loved me. And because in her heart, she knew that we belonged together. Still, I wanted to give Nicole a freedom, the freedom she thought she wanted, so I didn't get pushy about wooing her back. It was pretty weird, though. Early on, for example, she went on a couple of dates, and she was a little worried about protocol because she hadn't really dated anyone since she was a teenager. You think the guy's trying to get into my pants? She asked me at one point. Honey, what are you?
Look. Now we get into the meat and potatoes when she started treating OJ like a bitch. I'm keeping it all the way real. You sending her flowers. She already told you she's fucking around. She ain't fucking with you. She's pulling away from you. Try to take the house from you. Divorcing you. Trying to get you for money and, and she's fucking around. She's doing her thing. She let it be known. You're still pushing forward with trying to make things work and be her husband all over again. You sending flowers, you paying for her trips and doing this shit, and you're romantically involved with her still, romantically. And I'm gonna say romantic because you laying up in the bed with her and shit, you know what I'm saying, cuddling and spooning and shit, thinking you're gonna get your bitch back, holding her tight and all that, being on some romantic shit, and she's getting piped out here. And she's she ain't experienced that side. You had her, she was 18. She may have had a couple of boyfriends in school or whatever. She ain't, she first time experience getting piped was by a man, OJ. And you open her up for her to get out and be a woman out here and do what she gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And you laid up trying to make things happen with her to where she looked at you like, look at this bitch. He ain't going nowhere. He's sending me flowers. He's buying me shit. Let me go ahead and piss him off rubbing in his face and I'm fucking other guys. Am I right or wrong, fellas? Isn't this what she's saying to OJ in so many words? She's telling him about her dates and the other guys she's sleeping with. Like comfortably, knowing that this is pissing him off and this is irritable to this guy. It's like it's taking him to a whole nother level, but she's doing this because this is what women do to weak ass dudes. They put the dagger in you and they twist that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Trent Trader. See, I'll give you a break. Like he had a choice. He had no other choice. Yeah. He had no other choice. Nigga went to fall your ass back. Trent Trader, yeah, asking him shit like that. And he still was plugged in. Nah, Juice. Nah, yeah. See that now y'all see it. Pedro new review. Jonathan Major was fixing to be the new OJ. If things would go out of hand. Yeah. He was going down that path. Look at this shit.
You expect, I said, you're gorgeous, you're smart, you've got your own money, and you don't want more kids. For most guys, that's an unbeatable combination. So should I go out with him? Yeah, if you like him, why not? But how do I know if he likes me for me, she said, and not for something else?
Just making him jealous and even jealous, raging him.
What? You think he likes you for your car? I'm serious, OJ. This is all new to me. She sounded like a teenager, but it struck me that in dating terms, she really was a teenager. Nicole, stop worrying so much. I said, you're a great girl. Just be yourself and have fun. I was sitting there on the phone, trying to build up her self-esteem, and when I got off the phone, all I could think was, man, that's my wife. That was bizarre. If there's one good thing I can say about the separation.
You send her out there to get plugged off, dog. This is what it is. And guess what? She's going to go make that happen.
It's this. We never fought about anything. In fact, during that entire period, we only had one argument. And it was because some of her friends were racking up charges on my account at the golf club in Laguna. My assistant, Kathy Rhonda.
Treating him like a bitch. They all see, look, they sugar daddied him. The friends even had his account number and everything. Just treating him then, doing OJ dirty, nigga. Treating him like a straight up sugar daddy. And he did this to himself. You allowed this shit. When the bitch wanted to break, she wanted to leave, you should have left. Should have let her do her and you should have left the chick, man. You got your gained your nuts and your respect back. But yet and still, look how you get treated. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all hit the super chat, hit the membership button. Show love to the show. Trent Trader, laughing like a motherfucker. Trent Trader, he entertained those conversations. What the fuck? Yeah, he entertained it. Told you, bro. Look, telling you, man. This is simp shit.
Spotted the charges and brought them to my attention, and I immediately called Nicole. Who the hell do these people think they are? Eating and drinking at my expense, and why the hell are you allowing it? Nicole apologized, promised she'd take care of it, and that was the end of that. Afterward, we were friendly again, maybe too friendly. Nicole got into the habit of calling me 2 or 3 times a day to chat, often about some of the guys she was dating. I thought that was a little strange. I felt she was treating me almost like a girlfriend or something. But
yeah, she's treating you like her hey best friend. She demoted you. The respect wasn't there. You disrespect yourself. Fighting with her, arguing with her, you on her level like a bitch, like a female does. So she treated you like a female. That's how these things happen.
Didn't mind. I realized that if nothing else, I was probably her closest friend. A friend she could talk to about anything, and it gave me hope. She always began by talking about the kids. That was the excuse anyway.
Fellas, when a woman only talk to and open up to a guy that's non-judgmental. And typically they're the guys that they having sex with in the most sexual and graphic way. I mean, shit, real shit. Because they know that these guys don't really care to judge them. They got their own life. That's how they do it. Now, if you a beta and you thinking that she's opening up to you, talking to you about things like you guys are friends, that's because she's treating you like a fucking friend. You're not that guy she's sexually into. Yeah, y'all had that at first. Y'all got children. You guys were married, but that killed all that once you opened up and showed her what type of guy you are. Once you displayed your feminine ass behavior around her, arguing, fighting with her, blaming her for cheating and doing all this other shit, just crazy shit you don't supposed to do in a relationship. This is what happened, OJ. So of course.
And within a minute or two, the conversation shifted to stories about the men in her life. This one guy was a complete schmuck. This other guy seemed so nice at first, but it turned into a real creep, and so on and so forth. I would think, why are you wasting your time with them? You could still be living with me. But I didn't say it. I didn't want to push her. I wanted.
Oh, damn. Why you wasting time with them? You can be living with me. She was telling you, nigga, how interested she was in these guys. He's a creep. He's a smut. He's an asshole. Yeah, she would fuck these guys too when she was interested in them. She done these things to make you jealous. You looked at it like, okay, no, let him go. I can be your superhero. The fuck? Like most men do. This is how you guys get yourself caught up. And they laughing at you. Sucker. What the fuck? I like the shit out of how them guys treat me. Fucking asshole. I just want to see what you do. And you did exactly what I wanted you to do. You fell in being weak. Real shit, bro.
I wanted her to know I was there without putting any pressure on her. Then, in early May, when I was back in town for a few days, I was out at a club with a group of friends and ran into Nicole and a couple of her girlfriends. I remember thinking it was kind of odd to see her there. We'd been living apart for more than 3 months, and this was the first time I'd run into her in public. One of her girlfriends made a little joke about the situation. OJ, are you stalking your estranged wife? And I smiled and said, yeah, me and my whole posse. We exchanged a few more words.
Oh, they left out within the 3 months what led up to that. Nigga, he was at her house stalking, doing all type of shit. That's why the woman said that. Now, are you here now stalking? Yeah, I'm stalking you with my friend. Nigga, Ojo came through with the crew. He knew how to cover that shit up. He know damn well he was stalking.
Was everything warm and friendly, then went off to enjoy the club with our respective friends. Later in the evening, my entourage and I took off for another club, but I guess Nicole was gone by then because I didn't see her. About an hour later, when I left the second club alone, I found myself thinking about her and missing her a little. On the drive home, I decided to stop by her house, the one on Gretna Green, to see if she was still awake. I parked on the street and approached the front door. And as I drew close, I noticed
Stalky, listen to it, fella, Stalky.
Lights in the window and went to have a closer look. Nicole was inside on the couch with a friend of hers, Keith Lumzowicz, one of the partners at Mezzaluma, a Brentwood restaurant. It was pretty hot and heavy. I took a deep breath.
Hot and heavy. She was capping him off. It was going down. Keep it real. She's sucking him off. OJ peeked through the window and he seen it and he couldn't take it. Look.
Breath and turned to go, but paused to knock on the front door. I rapped on it twice, hard, just to let them know that they'd been seen.
He knocked on the door twice, hard. Y'all heard him say that, right? Just to let them know that he'd been seen. To let them know they've been seen, right? Now, so we're gonna do here. We're gonna jump over to the next one. Now, what we're gonna see? Look, check this out. We're gonna jump to this next one, fellas. Now, look at this one. Now, remember OJ said that, right? Now let's get back to this one. He said it, right? And this it say, look, OJ said it, and guess it said it just as well. Look, hear this out. You heard that? She said, OJ, the kids are sleeping. They're sleeping. He said, you didn't give a fuck about them kids when you're sucking dick in the living room. He was giving neck in the living room. The fuck? That's what. Did you care about the kids then? Y'all heard that, right? Now that's crazy, man. So it all aligns up. It all aligns right up. That's why, like, OJ was doing that shit, nigga. The fuck? Now we're gonna get to boy. What's his name? Let me get over here real quick. Get right back here. And we're gonna go back to boy. What's dude's name? Here he is right here. He said it. Look, right here. Look, check this out. Let me get over here. Let me see. Now, look.
Well, it started, I met Nicole in the winter of '92 in Aspen, and I didn't know who she was when I first met her. I didn't really care.
In Aspen, right? She been meeting a whole lot of guys up in Aspen.
She was divorcing her husband. He was abusive. So she started to fill me in on that kind of thing. She knew I had the restaurants in Los Angeles, so I'd be visiting out there soon after the initial weekend that we met. So we connected immediately upon me arriving to town. And the first night or two, she came to visit one of my restaurants, Mezzaluna in Beverly Hills. We had a big Tuesday night event that we did every week. So she brought some friends, and it started instantly. The first night I arrived in town, I went to visit her at her house, and we got 30, 40 nonstop phone calls, hang-ups. So we were convinced we were being watched immediately from that point. A night or two later, when she joined me at Mezzaluna in Beverly Hills with some of her girlfriends, OJ showed up almost instantly. Came pulling up in his Bentley, squealed the tires in front of the restaurant, slammed the door, came barging in right up to our table and slammed his fist down on the table and proclaimed that he was OJ Simpson and she was still his wife. So that was the first instance. And then it was followed by numerous other ones. Every time we went out, he would show up at whatever restaurant or bar. And then there's the famous night that he followed us home from Roxbury. We were at one night and watched us engaging in an activity through the window of her house. We both know that he tried to get in, but the house was locked and the alarms were set. And he approached the next day.
Wait, Keith. I assume that this is the now famous incident where Simpson comes up to Nicole's house, and this is after they've broken up, and is looking in the window and sees you guys making out, kissing, and does a backflip, essentially.
We were unaware that he was outside the house, but we knew that he had followed us that evening. We were at several different places, and he showed up at them all.
Making out, kissing. Y'all get what she's talking about. She's got to be, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of parental advisory here, because of the network and everything. But y'all get it.
So Nicole just looked at me at one point and said, let's just go home. So we went home. We engaged in some activity in the downstairs living room, unawares outside watching us. We found out the next day when he showed up at the house, and her and I were in one of the back rooms, and he burst in the door, got in my face, started threatening and screaming and yelling, and tried to get her alone, which she was standing behind me. I was in between the two of them. So she was holding my hand and I could feel her trembling. It was a volatile situation and it could have gone either way. He wanted to be left alone with her and I wasn't having any of that at that point. I was aware of what had happened in the.
Here I come to save the day. Super simp. He said, "No, you're not gonna do this. You're gonna fly away from this motherfucking evil
I was scared
monster."
for her safety and obviously my own. So we argued for several minutes until she convinced me to wait outside the door, but stay close.
Now we're gonna get over there. Now y'all see that, right? Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna get back to we're gonna see what everybody got to say up in here before we see Pedro, OJ. The kids are sleeping. Yeah. The kids, you want to sleep when you was up there in the living room? Y'all heard that, right? So it coincides with his book and everything he wrote. That's his book, y'all. He wrote that book. So Grace is Pure Evil. Trent Tracy, Nancy Grace, Pure Evil. Yeah, I just, you know what I'm saying? I just chopped shit down and got certain interviews from certain places. I was looking for his interview in another spot because he got into detail on another I forgot the name. He got into detail on another show, but they got so many shows out here on OJ, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know which one, but this was the latest one. That's why I went to go find it because I seen this a couple of days ago. I said, okay, I can get that because it ties in with the book, you know, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But Nancy Grace is Nancy Grace, you know what I'm saying? Nancy Grace will swallow some chocolate meat in the nigga in a heartbeat. Trust me, don't believe that shit, y'all. These women are motherfuckers, especially those Karen types, those wokest, feminists to the strongest, nigga. They knock their soul up out of them, bro. They love it. Trust me. The new era of music, Pedro. That's the guy who she was seeing. Yeah, that's him. You know, I guess he was in his he's older now. You know, they are all older now, y'all. You know, I know y'all looking at him like, damn, he's twisted up face, like type of shit. He's older now, but he was younger then. He was part owner of the Mezzaluna restaurant, same restaurant Nicole left. Her daughter's recital. They had a little meal after the recital and everything at that restaurant. She left from there and went back home. And Ron Goldman showed up, but they left from that restaurant. That was the restaurant he owned. So she was in there. She smashed him. She was smashing Ron Goldman, and they both was in there together. So she was moving around, bro. She was moving and grooving. No wonder why OJ was pissed like that. You know what I'm saying? He lost control of his little princess. You know what I'm saying? He had her on lock. She was 18, and you know she got a little older. She got up out of his grasp, and then she started blossoming out and started fucking with multiple men. You know, so y'all put that together. What y'all think to happen? You know, I don't know. You know, I mean, I can't. You know, divorced him, took him for the apartment, the house, money, vehicles, and yeah, hey, shit. Y'all know what's up. Then we're gonna get back here. Finish. Look, now we're gonna listen to. Hold up. Let me get here. Bring this shit up real quick. Hold up, fellas. Back on this little book. See what he's saying on this. Now, this last little shit here.
I went home and got into bed alone, and I must tell you, I was pretty steamed. I think maybe it was just beginning to dawn on me that the marriage was over, and I wasn't real.
He went home, went to bed by himself. You know, he was pissed. He looked in the window, seeing her giving neck to the 10th power. He couldn't take that shit.
Happy about it. The next morning, I went off to play golf, and I forgot all my woes. But on my way home, I called her and told her that we needed to talk. I stopped by the house. She invited me in, and right away I let her know that it was me who'd rapped on the front door that previous night. What you do is your business, but the kids were in the house. I said, I don't think it would be too cool for them to walk in on that shit. Nicole was very apologetic. She said that she'd been drinking and she'd never meant for anything to happen with Keith, and that nothing like it had ever happened before.
Hey, you believe that shit. Think you crazy. Right.
I didn't know what to say, so I reminded her of our little agreement. We both decided that if we were going to get involved with somebody else, we would tell each other. From where I was standing, that looked pretty involved. No, she said, he's just a friend. It's never been like that with him, and that wasn't supposed to happen. Well, it happened, I said, and before it happens again, at least think about the kids. I left feeling.
Them kids upstairs knocked out sleep. Them kids in their room, and they gonna do what every female do. They put them kids to sleep. Some motherfucking kid, hey, nigga, some chicks, nigga, the NyQuil, nigga, hey, nigga, some nigga, they'll put them, nigga, them kids ain't gonna be around. They're gonna make sure them kids are not around. They're gonna be in the room, knocked out. They're gonna be off playing. They're gonna do them, bro, when they get that pipe. But they gonna get to that pipe. Trust me, ain't nothing you can do about it.
And lousy. In my opinion, shit like that doesn't happen unless you let it happen. You always hear stories about guys crying to their wives about some woman they screwed while they were away on a business trip or something, and how it didn't mean anything, that they'd been drinking and they were just missing them and that it just sort of happened. Well, it's bullshit. You got to be in a place in your relationship for something like that to happen. And I was beginning to see that Nicole was already in that place. As for me, I wasn't there yet. I was still acting like a married man. And guess what? I hadn't been laid in months. A couple of weeks later.
Hey, I ain't been laid in months. I'm still acting like a married man. I'm going through it. Me and my wife going through it, so she ain't having sex with me. He's believing this whole societal ass narrative that she's mad, she's going through therapy, she wants to get herself together and get herself right before you guys can come back. Nigga, is you crazy? She getting piped the whole time. You caught it. Right-handed. You caught it right off the back. You've been hearing about it. People been pulling up on you telling, hey, this dude driving her car, that dude driving her car. I seen her nigga over riding with this dude, fucking with that dude. She's doing her thing while you run around acting like you're married. While you're not, you know what I'm saying, putting yourself out here no more. You know what I'm saying? You holding yourself, you know, no fat, cement retention, and all this other shit. While she letting it loose and you building up frustration and anger the whole time to where it got you stalking. Now, if you was out and about fucking with other women and making shit happen for yourself, you wouldn't even give a fuck about her. You wouldn't care what she'd be doing. She more than likely, she'd be checking on you. But you guys don't got that kind of game. Y'all don't know that about yourself. You too busy trying to check on the bitch to see if she's doing, well, I'm trying to see if she's ready. I'm ready to get back with her. When is she ready? She's going to be cool when I'm cool. And she's going to calm down when I calm down. I'm calm down now. She's going to be calmed down because we can be back as one. No, that ain't how they go. She wanted space. She wanted a breakup. She wanted a divorce. That means leave. Go do you. And you should take advantage of that, fellas. Go and do you. Don't look forward to looking back at her or going towards her. Keep pushing. If that shit fall back in place, it'll fall back. If it don't, it don't. You got to have that mentality, fellas, or you won't be getting caught up like this. It's real game. The fuck? Let's finish this out.
Late that May, my suspicions were confirmed. Nicole went down to Cabo San Lucas with some friends of ours, including Bruce and Christy Jenner. And one of them called to let me know that she met a guy there. I felt like I'd been kicked in the nuts, but I handled it. Life throws some shit at you and you deal with it. I went in and looked at my kids. They were both fast asleep. They looked like angels. A couple of days after that, with Mother's Day looming, Nicole called and told me she was flying back and wondered if I could drive the kids down to Dana Point so we could all spend the day with her family. I took the kids and met her there, taking flowers for both Nicole.
Look at him. Look at him. Nicole called and came back. Can you bring the kids down here to Dana Point with me and my family? Okay, sure. Jump real fast to get there. Okay, maybe if I can go and do what she say, if I can buck dance and bring her some flowers, if I can bring candy for her and her family, and maybe we can be back cool. That ain't it. She was digging even harder and harder to treating you like a simp. It was gonna never be it because she already had you wrapped around her finger. Like, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. You's a sucker. OJ went out like a sucker on this, man.
Nicole and Judita. And the whole family went to church together. Nicole and I stayed for dinner and drove back late that night. The kids fell asleep in the car. That was nice, Nicole said. Thanks for coming. It was fun, I said, but it wasn't fun. All along, I'd been expecting her to tell me about the guy she'd met in Cabo per our agreement, but it didn't look like that was going to happen.
See, that's why sucker shit, man. All along, you know, I was expecting her to tell me about this guy in Cabo, and then she don't tell me, then I bring it up, then now it's a big ass argument. Now we're fighting over some, you know, some shit when she's actually supposed to be doing what she's supposed to do. I'm supposed to be out doing what I'm doing, but that sets you guys back even further. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what Nicole was doing. She was allowing OJ to come around. She still wanted to fuck with OJ, but she wanted to fuck with the non-judgmental version of OJ, the non-psychopathic version of OJ, tripping about her seeing other people and out having fun with multiple friends and doing what she's doing. She wanted that kind of OJ. But OJ didn't have enough game to see that. He needed to step back and take a look at him. You guys are divorced. He's supposed to be out here doing her. You're not separated. Y'all went through a divorce. He's supposed to be out here doing her. Just like you're supposed to be doing you. But when you bringing back this same old energy that caused you guys to, you know what I'm saying, split apart anyway, fellas, it'll never get right. Now you blaming her. She's doing this. She's doing this. She's got me feeling this way. No, you got yourself feeling that way. Fuck her. Keep pushing. There's other women out here. Just do for your children, you know. And can you bring the children? Fuck no, I ain't bringing them down there. You go get them. I got things to do. Just that simple. You got to learn how to say no and live your life. Don't say no because you're not with her and you angry because she's doing her and you know she's going with her. No, that's weird shit, fella. That's weak. You say no because you got other things going. You can't come. Just that simple. And if you could come, okay, go. Just drop the kids off and keep pushing. I'm not going to kick it with you and your family and we ain't together. Fuck no. Hell no. And OJ didn't have a game. He thinking everybody else is on his side. He don't even understand, nigga. They straddling the fence. You paying them, so they on your side because you giving them, you applying opportunities for them to have jobs, and they on their daughter's side because that's their daughter or their sister, whatever the case may be. The fuck? OJ simped out like a motherfucker.
We got back to my place and put the kids to bed, and that's when Nicole broke the news. I met someone, she said, a guy I'm pretty crazy about.
Ooh.
Yeah, I said, I know. What do you mean you know? Some of my friends were in Cabo too, remember? I didn't say it angry, and I didn't say it with attitude, and I didn't pass judgment.
Yeah, you did. Come on, man.
I just said it. I know you met someone, period. There was nothing else to say. When Nicole left, I poured myself a drink and sat on the couch and tried to figure out what it all meant. Strangely enough, by the time I finished my drink, I felt kind of relieved. Nicole was telling me it was over. It was that simple. For 4 months, I'd been whining and dining her and sending her flowers and being the perfect estranged husband, but now I didn't have to keep trying. I had wanted her back, yes, but obviously the feeling wasn't mutual.
4 months, right? Of whining, dining her, and treating her and taking care of her, doing all this shit. And she was just getting piped by another motherfucker telling you she wasn't fucking with you like that. When you could have spared that 4 months when you would have seen it towards the tip of the divorce. When you seen y'all was going through it then. You ain't been laid in months, OJ. Nigga, the first fucking 5, 6 days, the first 3, 4 days after me not getting laid, I see the pattern change up, bitches. We done. Nah, we ain't gonna go through no 4, 5 months, 6 months. Nah. Get up out of here. You gotta go. Something going on. And I don't know what it is. Shit either gonna have to stop or bitch, you get the hell up out of here. Real shit. You know, that's if you're in a marriage or things of that sort. But if it's just a chick you fucking with, your girlfriend, whatever, you ain't gotta tell it. Just get the hell up out. Just leave. Now, marriage, that's something different, fellas. You know.
Sure. She was done with me. If I kept chasing her, what kind of fool would I be? Hadn't the woman just told me that she was in love with someone else? So yeah, I accepted it. My marriage was over. My wife didn't want me anymore. It was time to move on.
Yep. We're gonna jump up off that. Let me see. Yeah, just that simple. Hold on. I don't know what the hell that is. Let me move this shit out the way. Let me get this off. Get this off. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, fellas. Now y'all, you know, I had to raise it. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all hit the super chat, hit the membership button, hit that PayPal. Go join me on Rumble, fellas. Casey the Red Pill Alpha Debunker. Join me on Patreon. Go fuck with those videos on Patreon and get at me in the Cash App, PayPal, super chat, membership button. But yeah, fellas, Trend Trader in this motherfucker. This is a reminder of how dangerous taking female serious can be. Make your bag and keep bitches beneath you at all times. Yeah, and it's not dangerous, Trend Trader. I don't want you to look at it like that. No, it's not dangerous. It's just OJ misled the situation. And then there's no wrong with your age meeting a young woman either, fellas. You got to remember, she's still a woman, whether as long as she's grown, she's still a woman, whether she's older or younger, fellas. You got to lead the situation properly. He misled it. He showed his feminine side. He argued with her. He fought with her. He done a lot of things, fellas, that made her go against the relationship and treat him like a bitch. I'm sorry. Now, like I said, allegedly, I don't know if he knocked her off. You know what I'm saying? I can't empathize with this because I would never put myself in his shoes to do some of this, to this extent, if he did this to her and the dude, you know what I'm saying? But I understand why he went that far, you know what I'm saying? Because as a man, fellas, as a man that has, my knowledge and wisdom on the game just as well, fellas, I got to sympathize at least and understand why you guys go that far, because you don't know the game. That's why I understand why you guys go that far. You can do these things to a woman. You know what I'm saying? When she take you down through there and run you through the ringer like OJ just got ran through the ringer. Let's keep it real. Y'all hearing this is in his own words. So y'all hearing it yourself, fellas. That's why I'll never empathize because I'll never go out that way. I don't rock. Ain't no bitch worth me doing no prison time for whatever. No. Fuck no. I'm not now sympathizing for you guys. I understand why. That's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So you guys won't be following, down that road, fellas. When you get the first notification at hand, fellas, that your woman wants space and she don't want to be with you no more, fellas, always know that there's another guy somewhere. I don't care what nobody say. Don't assume that she need a break. And it is some more dick. It's another guy somewhere. Know these things. And when you get that firsthand, or if her pattern change, hell, her pattern can change, and she ain't got to let you know nothing right offhand, fellas. It'd be best for you to beat her to the punch. Go ahead and dump her. Let her go. Because you already know in your mind, bitch, your pattern changes, another dude, I'm out this motherfucker. Now, if you're going through a marriage, if you're in a marriage, you got to check the situation before it leads to a divorce. That's what you got to let her know. Your patterns changing, sex ain't right, the communication ain't right, mostly everything is off. I thinking you doing something with somebody else, and you got to check yourself. Get rid of dude and check yourself and get that shit in order. If not, then I'm going to see you in court. Just that simple. Now, if it's just a chick you fucking with or a girlfriend, I wouldn't even check nothing. I'll just dump her. That's me. Trend Trader, like, wow. Yeah, that's real game, bro. This is crazy. I know y'all young, so a lot of y'all don't know about these stories. I said, let me go ahead and break it down and get the youngsters some game on this shit, man, because a lot of y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all hear a lot of bullshit, but y'all hearing this out his own words. See how I broke down everything, compare. You heard OJ said, I knocked on the door. I seen her in there getting hot and heavy. And then you hear, oh boy, saying that, yeah, OJ came to the door, knocked on the door, looked through the window when we was in there making out. Right? Y'all hearing this shit. This is right here. So you make your own, like I said, I don't know if OJ did that or not, but thinking from a beta's point of view, fellas, which I would never like to think from, but thinking from a beta's point of view, I know that it's a chance he could have, you know what I'm saying? But on the other hand of it, she's running around doing, then you get these other serial killer stories, you get the drug story, you get different stories. So I'm not up there. I was a kid myself, so I don't really know. I'm just breaking shit down for you guys can understand what's happening. I can raise awareness so you guys won't have to go down the same path Mr. Simpson went down, Fuck that. We don't need that. Pedro. Did this man said months, not days or week, but months? Yeah, he said he went months without sex. Hell yeah, Pedro. He said he went months without sex. He was trying to be the husband that she would want him to be, doing what she want him to do, trying to do everything to appease her, and he was the one being left out. See how that go? Instead of just being himself, getting out here and fucking with other women. Shit, real game. Being yourself gonna always work out best for you, fellas. The New Era Music page on KC said, yeah, this oh man, when I seen they said months, I said, oh no, this can't be real. No. OJ might as well be in prison. He sound like a prisoner. I done went months and years without sex, man. Waiting on her. See if she's gonna get back right. And she out here getting piped. She's getting the sex. Yeah, that's how it is. You know, so hey, these things is so I'm not saying he did it, I hope he didn't, but hey, I don't really know. I don't know, OJ. I can't hope nothing, man. If he did it, he did it. If he didn't, he's dead now. So it is what it is. But shouts out to everybody for coming. This is a long time I did a stream, right? Had to break this game down. You know how I do. But shouts out to everybody for coming up in here. Paige Road, the New Era Music. Trent Trainer came up in this motherfucker. Who else came up in this motherfucker? Player B, like he always do. Brian Turner came up in here. Shouts out to all y'all for coming up in here and showing me that love, man. Like I said, man, I'll be back again, fellas, on the next, with that game again tomorrow, like I always do. Like, share, and subscribe, hit the super chat, hit the membership button, fellas. Hit that PayPal, hit that Cash App. Fuck with me on Rumble, fuck with me on Patreon, fellas, to get this work. Go get this game, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Until next time, I salute. I'm about this bitch. Holla.